All right, y'all. This one is gonna be. This one ain't gonna be as long, y'all. But I'm gonna conclude this series. Why we as blacks are in last place because we look up to the wrong people, and because we have poor judgment. Now, everybody knows that drugs are harmful to the body. I want to play this particular video from this content creator. What
are we filming again? I'm not sure. I was hired
Give
by
me a second.
Jim Watkins.
So this is his channel. He said, "This is why I don't follow black culture anymore." DD got a podcast. It has a lot of views. And let's see what is on here. Remember how this series is about why we in last place. Now, some of these are not blacks. A lot of them are, but some of them are not. Just for the record. He is. Look what they doing to these people's cars.
What do you say to people who call your music vulgar, misogynistic, offensive, degrading?
No, if that's what you think about the music, if that's what you categorize it under, then so be it. All those things made me who I am, and I am a very successful man. Please keep looking out for more.
It's not funny, but look at his face, y'all. He don't care, man. He you know what he care about? The money that he's making. And that's the attitude that they want us to have, because see, they'll put people that don't care in the forefront, and they'll pay them handsomely, because the ultimate goal is to upset the Most High and to make sure that those warrior peoples finish in last place. That's why they got their special agents. They got their people. They tell these people, you're our brothers. You're this, you're that. Well, the Bible was, everything in the Bible was really told backwards, and they tell them all this stuff, and they believe it.
Well, it's coming, baby.
Wow, man. Damn.
Example, like when I said black culture promotes degeneracy, that's something that everybody knows. And if you listen to any rap music, like Durk, I listen to Lil Durk all the time. He's rapping about murder all the time. Like literally all the time. I mean, he's Muslim, and I hope, alhamdulillah, he becomes a better Muslim, but he...
No, Sneo, I don't like Sneo like that, but he's telling the truth right there. And I don't care who you are. If you're telling the truth, I'm going to side with the truth. Whatever his motive is, it don't even matter. The truth is still the truth, regardless of motive, y'all.
Rapping about murder constantly. That he knows that will sell more music. He knows that rap beef and like, I'm going to kill you, you're going to kill me.
Rap beef, I'm going to kill you, you're going to kill me. Guess who comes in last place?
But you're 29 with kids, still talking about like killing other people, and you're gonna risk your life over music. Like everything that hip hop promotes, besides Ye and besides a few like, you know, Christian rap or stuff like that, it's all just drugs, murder.
How is this not common sense to everybody in 2023?
Pretty much. I have no problem with promoting other channels on my channel, especially if they give me good clips to use.
Oh yeah, DD got a podcast.
podcast. Bro, I still remember it like it was yesterday. I'm in my senior year of high school, and I'm
Let's see what he got to
day.
say.
My aunt comes over to the house, and I go to my bedroom, and I overhear her and my mom in the kitchen or the living room somewhere in the front of the house, and they're talking. And she's like, man, I'm so proud of Didi, and he's about to graduate high school at the top of his class. He's about to move out to college, and he's going to marry him a white woman and live a happy life. And I was like, I just remember listening to her say that, and I remember the first thing I thought was, why do you assume I'm going to marry a white woman? Like, why do you just automatically associate that with me? Like, it might happen, but why do you just assume that that's going to happen? Why does it have to be a white woman? Why do you assume I'm going to marry just a good woman? Right? That could be a black woman. You know, an Asian woman or something. You know, at the time, I'm like, why do you just assume that? Two, why are you just so comfortable with saying? And so now, you know, I'm like 16, 17 at the time. So when I heard it, I remember thinking, like, now it all makes sense. Because people been telling me at that point, all throughout high school, I hear from different people, like, you talk like a white person, or you sound different, or you talk funny. Why do you say your words like that? You know? So fast forward, I end up, you know, graduating high school, top of my class. I move off into college, move off for college, and I eventually get my bachelor's degree. By that point in time,
Wait, y'all, hold on once. Give me a second.
had become a public speaker. So when I finally came back to do a public speaking engagement, and I remember some of my little cousins and some friends from the neighborhood, little kids from the neighborhood would say, he talk funny. Why does he talk like that? And for kids, I love to make it a teachable moment. I say, how do I talk funny? Like, what do I sound like? I don't know, you talk like white people. And they don't understand that, you know, they're children, so I'm not blaming children, but I love for them to learn early on.
Not really to me, he don't. But let's see what he got to say on here.
That using proper English is not sounding like a white person. And I talked about this early on in my podcast. I've been told many times that I talk white. And this is something that I know a lot of my listeners have heard me say before on the podcast, but there is no such thing as talking white.
It's aggravating.
Like, I get it that we have these stereotypical ways that we think that a white person talks.
Sounding educated.
What I have a problem with is when a lot of people try to say that when you sound specifically educated, sounding educated makes you sound white.
Yes.
And it's like, no, that's not a direct correlation. I know some so-called white people that don't sound anything educated.
And also, like, it's also talking down to yourself. You're saying that we don't talk educated.
Right. That's not talking like a white person. Right?
This is also part of the reason why we coming in last, man. It's like people embrace everything that makes you poor. Like, some things are deceptive. You think they're gonna make you rich, but they ultimately make you poor. And it's like, when you start reading books, going to class, it's like your dialect is going to improve from a philosophical and the ability to speak in public standpoint. Whereas if you never reading and you're around people who, like, think about it. If I lived in the 1800s and everybody was, yes sir, master this, master that, I'm gonna start talking like everybody out here. But when you start branching out and you start reading and stuff like that, of course you're gonna talk a little different than the average urban with the low IQ, so on and so forth.
The next thing is, I talked in the last, episode about how, when I was in high school, I just automatically associated, before I was educated and learned better, but I just automatically assumed that it's not hip hop music unless it has cursing in it, calling women the B word, talking about fornication, talking about doing drugs, selling drugs, shooting people, harming people, violence.
What do you say to...
And then these people try to say you're a lame if you don't follow them paths. Like in my job, we make a lot of money. But I hear people pulling up in the parking lot playing that music. I'm like, you trying to stay connected to something you need to disconnect from. That's what I'm thinking.
People who call your music vulgar, misogynistic, offensive, degrading?
No, if that's what you think about the music, if that's what you categorize it under, then so be it. All those things made me who I am, and I am a very successful man. Please keep looking out for more, because it's coming, baby.
So your daughter, would you have any problem with her being called a or a hoe?
Yeah, if they call her a hoe, I have a huge problem with.
See, he being a hypocrite. See, you don't want nobody to call your daughter or your mama what you call other people's daughter and other people's mamas. See, hypocrisy is also one of them weights that keeps us from finishing strong in the race, finishing at first place. We not meddling at all in the race of humanity. We getting lapped. And the reason why we getting lapped is because we letting the people who we supposed to be competing with, it's almost like, let's say you were gonna race, right? And you were hanging with your main competition. You hanging with him the night before. He getting you drunk, he getting you high. Then now you sluggish the next day. And he beat you. That's what's going on.
Right? I didn't think you could be hip hop if it wasn't that. But now I'm a little bit more educated. I know about the origin of hip hop and all of that, but still, that's what I associated with hip hop. Well, anyways, this guy named Sneo was on Adam 22's No Jumper podcast, and this is what he had to say.
Example, like when I said black culture promotes degeneracy, that's something that everybody knows. Like, you listen to any rap music, like Durk, I listen to Lil Durk all the time. He's rapping about murder all the time. Like, literally all the time. I mean, he's Muslim, and I hope, alhamdulillah, he becomes a better Muslim. But he's rapping
gang
about murder
lifestyle,
constantly.
murder.
And he knows that will sell more music. He knows that rap beef and, like, I'm going to kill you, you're going to kill me. But you're 29 with kids. Still talking about, like, killing other people, and you're going to risk your life over music. Like, everything that hip-hop promotes, besides Ye, and besides a few, like, Christian rap or stuff like that, is all just drugs, murder. And we all know that. When they talk about we need to protect black culture, this is the number one. This is how you prove that black culture in America promotes degeneracy. Because when a black person becomes more affluent, when they put on a suit, when they get a good job, when they speak correctly, you're speaking white. Why are you talking like a white boy?
Yeah.
You're speaking English properly. When they talk about
You're
keeping
lying.
black culture black in those affluent areas, like as a lawyer, as a doctor, they mean they want a doctor who's also sagging.
And then they want you to stay around them so they can make you go to the bank, so they can get your jewels and rob you and so on and so forth. So it's almost like manipulation. Look, man, if you want to live like a pauper, like a peon, like a poor person, and I'm living rich, why would I want to be around you, man? Think about it. Like, a lot of black people are forced, once they start moving up financially, they're forced to go to those suburban areas that they not even wanted in, because they have to choose. Either I'm going to go around people who don't steal, who got money, who don't want me around, or I'm going to go around people who going to be jealous, who don't got money, and they probably going to try to do something to me to get mine. Think about it, man. It's an easy decision, man. You not know Uncle Tom for moving up in the world and moving away from dudes who accept, they call being a bum, you cool. Being prosperous and being educated, you a lame. We need to start calling these dudes lames. Anybody that's gangbanging to me is a lame, man. I gave that garbage up a long time ago. Long time ago. We need to start flipping the tables on them. See, y'all scared of these dudes. Scared of them. And people, positive people, need to link up and join forces, where if these dudes try to run up, it's going to be so many positive people, they're going to get handled. But they teach us to be different and unfriendly and not join forces. with one another. Divide and conquer.
The doctor who's still banging and throwing up signs.
I mean, I agree that there's a lot of stuff within hip-hop culture that is kind of negative, for sure.
All of it. All of it. Like,
you really put me...
And this guy right here, it's dudes like him that secretly do things to undermine the group. I don't see why any of them are around this guy.
on the spot here to like think about it objectively.
What do they promote that's positive? Besides, like in some of their interviews, you listen to like people-pt3, for example. He'll go in an interview and like, yeah, man, I like what you're talking about. Like you're uplifting people, but you listen to the music and like, oh, this is all murder.
Everything the man said is common sense. I don't understand how this is a hot take, but if you listen to Adam 22, who's older than Sneo, he making this sound
like a skinhead right there.
That way, you put me in the hot seat and well, I guess it's all about perspective. No, it's
he
not.
Probably
it's
is.
Not about perspective, bro. It's degenerate. Our music is degenerate. The reason why in high school I assumed that it couldn't be hip hop unless it had all those negative things in it is because that's what most of the music is. Yes, there are your exceptions to the rule, but still, nonetheless, most of the music is like that. But because what kills me is when you have people that are fans like an Adam 22, and you're a whole adult, but then again, it's Adam 22.
Appreciate you banging my wife.
I'm a professional, I go in, I knock it out. That's what I do.
Hey, I absolutely, I cannot hold it against you, my friend.
Did you see it yet?
I saw a few of the clips, and I think you put it down.
We have people that are fans, bro, and they...
So when you have guys like that look like this is who he really is. This is who he really is. They probably told him, we want you to kind of embrace them and make them think that you're in favor of them. So he glorifies gangbanging through Crip Mac. He glorifies pimping. I mean, look, man, this is the face of your enemy. And not because of the color of the skin, but because of the way he thinks and the way he acts.
They're willing to have this cognitive dissonance, and they willing to pretend like they don't see what the obvious is, and they don't see how demonic the music is. It kills me, right? And so for me, I asked myself this early on in my life, bro. How come it's only in the so-called black community that we invite people like rappers to come back to high school? I remember this local rapper blew up in my city, and I found out they invited this man to come and speak at the high school. Why?
They invited T.I. to my old job. Before, not this T.I., not the trying to stay out of trouble T.I., but the T.I. that was deep off into it.
Why? Like, what the?
Psychologist. Yeah, I probably struggle with psychology.
Like, I just don't understand. I can't wrap my head around it. Like, because you're showing them there's a way out and they don't have to live illegally. Yes, but even if that's your perspective, you got to understand that even if this rapper chose a...
Don't tell me not to do what you doing. And that's what they do. Like, okay, you want to tell the kids to stay in school. Tell them that on the track. Tell them that on your songs. You know why they won't do it? Because they know they ain't gonna make no money. Because most of these environments are negative, and they fuel negativity, and negativity sells.
Illegal route. Listen to their music. They're talking about illegal activity in their music.
Make it make sense.
Yeah.
Why do you think it's a good idea to promote these people to come to high schools to
Exactly.
speak to children?
It just aggravates me.
Played a stupid game, and now they're winning stupid prizes.
That's the new phrase. Everybody playing this. Play stupid games, win stupid prizes. You were a drug dealer for a year. Congratulations. 5 years in prison. Goofy.
So for me, what ended up changing for me, man, was just being real with myself. And by being real with myself, I asked myself honest, objective, common sense questions, right? You know, are these things you've actually thought about if we just being real with ourselves? Why is it only the black community and so-called black culture that values what?
Because they're insecure and they want to make sure that the people that they insecure towards don't pass them up. And so they get the people who are kind of weak-minded and they throw them in the front, give them millions of dollars to corrupt the rest of us. That's why we in last place. Like I said, in this series, the title of this series is we in last place because we look up to the wrong people and we have poor judgment. These dudes crash out all the time. They'll start something with you and then they'll do something to you and now they in jail. Thinking about it, like somebody told me the other day, because remember, I work in the field. He said that guys be having nightmares about the people they killed. They can't even sleep. Is that what y'all want, Mr. Shooter? Is that what you want?
A rapper has to say on politics.
What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to advocate the youth in my community because I feel like there's a serious problem right now in America because that is discouraging our people.
So you do it with WAP. See, this is what I'm talking about. The hypocrisy.
It's discouraging us to fight.
Right? We look to these people as leaders when it comes to politics, right? When it comes to society, like the nature of the community. Yeah, Cardi B, get up here and talk with these politicians about society. Yeah, Lil Wayne, get up here and tell us what you think about Black Lives Matter. Yeah, other rappers that promote drug culture and abusing women and profanity and lack of God and
Yep. That's exactly what it is. The Bible told you to live one way, they telling you to live another way. They preaching for darkness, y'all. And darkness does not like us. Don't like nobody, but definitely don't like us. Definitely don't like us. So, what the devil set it up so intelligently. Cause people to follow after blacks and cause blacks to follow after her. I think I covered this enough, y'all. Thanks for watching. Keep tuning in. This is The Truth Man. The channel is the No Matrix, No Simp, and All Subjects channel.